Hey Scorpio, welcome to your April 2021 general reading. It is general, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I don't want to hear you complain about it. But seriously, you may resonate with a little, you may resonate with a lot. Check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Also check your midheaven. That's something I like to do if you're familiar with your natal chart. But some of the little bit of the insights that I got before I turned on press record for this reading was a plan of excellence or plan for your excellence. And then something about markdown, like discounts, right? Also, it's kind of like a, well, now also think like liquidation sale, everything must go. So I feel like, you haven't been really pouring into things that just don't feel worth it. But at the same time, are you cheating yourself of something that could be much greater? I feel like maybe there's some disappointment. You're wanting something that's kind of manufactured and handed to you instead of actually like being willing to fully commit to building things from the ground up or rebuilding things from the ground up, right? It's like I feel like you're looking for some type of new start, but are unwilling to really navigate the destructive energy that is kind of at the forefront of whatever this endeavor is, or this change or shift in energy, right, Scorpio? So let's see. I'm going to pull some major arcana cards to get the foundations of what's going on for you in the month of April. This is kind of a new thing that I'm doing. I've really been enjoying it. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple more here. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, Scorpio. We got some stuff going on here. We have the Death card, we have the Devil reverse, and we have the Tower. Yo, you showing up loud and clear here, Scorpio. And then we have Capricorn here. We have the Tower card here. So I am feeling like there is some type of transformation that is occurring, some type of need to release a situation. It could be something that you've may have obsessed over without really taking action on. And so now your hand may be kind of forced in some type of dealing here. And I feel like that's happening with a lot of people in the month of April. I feel like that full moon in Libra really was the catalyst to bring things into a place of balance. So wherever you feel like there hasn't been equal give and take or any sort of reciprocity, things have kind of been left hanging for one reason or another. We're finally going to catch some ground here in some way, Scorpio. And so I feel like this is intuitively something that you may have known was going to happen. So you didn't really take your time to invest too much. Maybe you've stepped away from some type of situation, really as a means of protecting oneself. I also feel like this is also kind of born from past circumstances, whatever it is. It's like you were preparing for something, you were preparing for maybe like a worst case scenario or just a scenario of some sort, because maybe you're aware of some type of cycle that you've been in the midst of. And I feel that cycle is in some way coming to a sense of completion, but also recognizing that there is still fertile ground left to be discovered. I feel like this isn't the end of your journey, Scorpio. I feel like if anything, this is a rising of a new era. And so I feel in some type of way, it's like, yeah, it definitely feels like this is something that you knew was going to happen, but you haven't yet actioned the next steps or whatever is going to come next. Probably because you want to see how things go down. Maybe you want a chance maybe to fix things. I feel like there's a lot of passion in whatever it is. Or maybe there's just, you've been really fixated on something that you've wanted that you're not quite ready to release the reins, Scorpio. Here at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card, and I feel like you're avoiding some type of truth, some type of illumination. I feel like things have been kind of expressed to you in some way. Maybe you're lacking some sort of confidence. We have the Lovers card in reverse on the other side of the deck, indicating that perhaps you weren't ready for some choice to be made for you. Because I feel like that's kind of what's coming in for you in April. So a choice will be made for you. So maybe it's time to start planning for something else, creating that plan of excellence, right? So get ready to have that liquidation sale. I know I keep just going to like corny commercials from like the 90s where like those furniture places like everything must go, it's our liquidation sale or whatever. Anyways, enough about that. Um, okay, let me pull a couple of oracle cards here, and also just thinking of the terms, like since furniture store keeps coming up, maybe it has something to do with some type of space where you're feeling comfortable and completely being moved outside of that space, or having something occur that kind of puts you in that uncomfortable space that allows you to get moving, right? Because here we have versatility, we have caution, and we have affair. So right off the bat, I feel like you haven't been as flexible or navigating things as consciously as you wanted to. Perhaps you've been kind of lulled into some space or into some type of routine, and really being called to look at the bigger picture here. I feel like you've experienced a few changes, which has left you questioning a few things, wondering if it's time to maybe prune it's like pruning a tree, in order for there to be new growth, or in order to sustain something here. But I feel like at the same time there's some type of uselessness or futility in that to some degree. And I also feel like, perhaps you've been putting efforts in to communicate things in to some regard, but not really taking the action necessary. I feel like a lot of things about kind of like all talk, no action. Because then we also have this caution card, and I feel like, take the signs. I feel like things are happening. Whatever type of movement is going on in your surroundings is basically telling you what's next. I feel like you're in the middle of something, in the middle of some changes, and it's time for you to be serious about what's coming into form. You may be focusing too much on what's wrong here, looking at the problem, instead of trying to focus on what is working for you at this time, Scorpio. And then with this affair card, I definitely feel like, it's written in the stars. It's time to make a wish. It's time to make wishes come true in some way, Scorpio. I feel like it's time to maybe, you were probably really putting all your energy forth in one situation, but a new one is opening up that you've got to kind of split your time between a little bit, maybe even delegate. You cannot wave a magic wand and just let things kind of repair on their own. I think there's something here where you've really got to put forth the effort and take a risk, take a chance. I feel like you're trying too hard to protect something that doesn't want to be protected, that does not want to stick around for much longer in some way, Scorpio. So I'm going to pull a few more cards for you. What we have here, we have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Cups. So I feel like, you've been taking some time for yourself, maybe to rest, maybe to get your energy back in some way, to get your groove back, perhaps. Maybe that's something you're hoping for, is taking the time to, or maybe it's even putting something to rest. You're contemplating it, you're laying on it, you're resting on it, you're trying to gain that clarity. But you have certain emotions there that are kind of affecting your awareness. I feel like you're doing your best, but I feel like maybe in some ways you may be unkind to yourself here. Looking through things, looking at things without a true sense of clarity, or pure, like a higher sense of awareness. And it's time to shift that, Scorpio. We have this Eight of Wands coming in. It's like there's a swift change happening. And swift doesn't always mean today, tomorrow. It can be a few weeks, a few months. Anything that happens, less than a span of a couple years, I feel like is a swift change. Because years can go by like that too. But I feel like this has been going on for some time now, and you've been feeling it, and you felt like it isn't over, and you're seeing more and more of that. And I feel like it's coming in like stages of three, or three and a half. I don't know. But then we have the Six of Cups here. And I feel like this has a lot to do with, do your best to bring harmony to any endings. Do your best to give what you can, knowing that there's a bittersweet ending on the horizon. I feel like you don't have to allow the past to haunt you, but you can look more forward to the future, and not allow this moment to be the past that haunts you, if that makes sense, Scorpio. You can't just allow things to just like, oh, they'll resolve on their own. It's like you got to step in, and you got to commit, and you got to do what you can in order to give. You give what you get, Scorpio. You give what you get. I just really feel like there is, a shift for a new era here with you. And here at the bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card. And I feel like maybe you've known for some time you're not living fully in your purpose. Maybe you feel purposeless. Maybe you feel a bit scattered. And you know those places where you don't feel aligned, Scorpio. And it's time now to take some action. You've been through some hardship here. You've been, through many trials and tribulations. And it's time to, regenerate. It's time to take on something new. Perhaps it's time to calculate a way forward and to rally the troops, so to speak. So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that that was helpful for you. If you'd like a more personalized reading, you can reach out to me in the link below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, bye for now.